On January 8th, the Grand Rapids mayor and the Grand Rapids police chief are speaking out after protester and organizer Jessica Plichta was arrested on camera after protesting against U.S. actions in Venezuela. First, 13 on Your Side sat down with Grand Rapids Police Chief Eric Winstrom, and here's some of what he had to say on Plichta's arrest.
Small group of protesters was out expressing their views, but unfortunately what they did was they decided to intentionally block traffic. And I say intentionally because you had a small number of officers out there that communicated with these individuals, and specifically a young woman who subsequently was arrested was one of the leaders of this group. You know, physically she was in front of the group, she had a bullhorn, she was instructing the individuals. It appeared she was actually directing them to join her onto the street. So I reviewed the video. It looks like the officers no less than 26 times told her she had to return to the sidewalk. There are obviously people just going about their business, but it's more than that when you block roadways, especially in the downtown area. We have people going about their business, people going to work, people going to the hospital. You know, we have a level 1 trauma center here. We have the Children's Hospital. So we don't take blocking roadways lightly, but also we care about the safety of these individuals that are actually doing the blocking. And in reviewing the videos and seeing that these people are putting themselves in danger, so then we had to take officers off the street, their regular duties, physically block the vehicles just to protect these protesters, which are then, as I said, not listening to the officers' very clear directions over and over. You are free to express your opinions. You're free to use your speech. You have to do it from a safe place. You have to do it from a sidewalk. And very intentionally, as part of the protest, this group did not follow the law. There are protesters who refuse to follow laws because they believe those laws are unjust. And I have a lot of respect for individuals like that. Rosa Parks is the best example of that. Greensboro counter-protest. When there's an unjust law and you're protesting that law by violating it, I have a lot of respect for people that truly believe that. But when you're exercising your right to protest in a way that's violating a very just law, we pass laws for traffic control for very good reasons, and that's safety. And so violating those laws really has nothing to do with the free speech aspect of it. So subsequently, after the march was over, officers in the area that had been protecting these protesters from getting hit by vehicles and advising them to get off the roadway, then saw this one of the individuals in front of the group, and they placed her under arrest.
We also got a pre-recorded statement from Grand Rapids Mayor David LeGrand, who says he stands behind Winstrom and his officers.
Hi. As mayor of Grand Rapids, I'm committed to protecting our residents' constitutional rights. There's nothing more central to our identity as Americans than the First Amendment. On Saturday, a group of protesters exercised their First Amendment rights to protest recent activities by the U.S. government in Venezuela. The protest was constitutional, and the city does not regulate protests based on message or viewpoint. Unfortunately, the protest shifted from the sidewalks to the roadways, which created a public safety concern. After multiple and repeated attempts to direct protesters to relocate to the sidewalks, GRPD officers consulted with their superiors, and a decision was made to arrest the individual for violating city safety laws, not for protesting. I commend the officers for acting with restraint and professionalism. I share many people's alarm about the current shape of U.S. foreign policy. I've been involved in protest of federal policies myself. I also fully recognize the safety concerns that our officers and their supervisors were faced with. When pedestrians get into moving traffic, our officers are charged with responding. I fully believe that protecting our residents' right to protest in a manner that's safe for all, including the protesters, is important. At the same time, I put full trust in Chief Winstrom and his team to work for safety in our community while treating our citizens with the respect and dignity we all deserve.